My name is Michael Capato, and I'm a minister of Detroit, and I want to talk to you about faith, the faith of two men, or three if you count my own. Now, I'm a Christian because I try to live my life following the example and the teachings of Jesus, teachings about forgiveness, about loving my neighbors, and the hard one, loving my enemies. And one of the most important scriptures to me, the one that is the guidepost of how I live my life as both a man and a minister, is one about how we treat other people, especially those in need. It's Matthew 25. It's the one where Jesus says, "What you do to the least of my brothers and sisters, you do to me." Now, the president isn't like that at all. He's all about what will you do for him. He's always been about himself. And the funny thing is, people, including him, are trying to tell you that Joe Biden's not a Christian, that he's trying to cancel Christianity and get rid of Jesus. That couldn't be further from the truth. Joe Biden is a Catholic. He carries a rosary around with him all the time, and he's actually been known to pray with voters. He guides his life and his desire to serve from that same Matthew scripture that I do about helping people and not himself. Now, I was like you, not sure about how I felt about him initially. To be honest, he wasn't my first choice. But the more I see of him, the more I see a man that's truly driven by a deep, abiding Christian belief system. Just the other night, I was on a Zoom meeting with other people of faith hosted by the Reverend Dr. William Barber, who's taken over the Poor People's Campaign that one of my heroes, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, started. Now, I'm going to be honest, I didn't look at the schedule. I didn't know who the speakers were. So I was surprised when Joe Biden joined us live for a chat. Now, I have to say that in the 15 years that I've been a minister, I've honestly never witnessed a politician who was more clearly, truly a believer of God and a follower of Jesus as he is. He quoted scripture like no politician that I've ever seen. And I'm not talking about that scripted off the teleprompter way that we've all seen politicians do, or even the way that I might do when I'm up on the pulpit preaching. No, instead, he wove scripture into what he was saying to us. He was talking about those scriptural passages that drives him, just like somebody who lives and breathes his beliefs. And who reads the Bible regularly, just like you do. Like a true believer, a true Christian man of faith. On the other hand, did you see an interview a while back where the president was asked what his favorite scripture was? And he couldn't name a single one. In fact, he gave us that usual blustering answer that he gives about stuff where he says, the Bible is his favorite book, the whole book. But he couldn't choose any favorite scripture because, as he said, there were just so many. And I won't mention that 2 Corinthians thing. You might also remember, and this is the thing that hurt me the most as a Christian, was a few weeks back when he tear gassed the ministers and seminary students on the porch of that church just down the street from the White House just so he could take a photo op of himself holding a Bible. And the thing is, he didn't even hold the Bible like someone who has ever touched one in his life. He had no familiarity with it and definitely no reverence for it. It was just a prop to him. Come on, my fellow Christians, you're smarter than this. You know he's not one of us. He's not sincere in his faith. He's just using you to serve his own ends. We're just props to him too. Now, I can't tell you who to vote for, but I can ask you to do me one favor. Before you vote, will you do one thing? Will you please take some time and turn within and listen to that still, small voice and ask Spirit which of the two candidates is the true man of faith and which of the two of them will be drawing upon their authentic Christian beliefs as our president. Not from ego and not for his own glory, but out of a sincere desire to serve, just as Jesus commanded us to. Will you do that for me, please? God bless you.